Welcome to Brainwaves, where we explore the fascinating world of gemstones. In today's video, we're going to be diving deep into the world of rubies, one of the world's most coveted gemstones. Whether you're a fan of rubies already, or you're just discovering this gemstone for the first time, we're sure that you'll learn something new and interesting about rubies in this video. We'll take a look at the origins and history of rubies, exploring where these precious gemstones come from and what makes them so special. We'll also dive into the characteristics and properties of rubies, including their color, clarity, and cut. And, of course, we'll talk about some of the most famous ruby gemstones in the world, from the Black Prince's ruby to the Sunrise ruby. Finally, we'll wrap things up with some tips and tricks on how to care for and maintain your ruby gemstones, ensuring that they stay beautiful and vibrant for years to come. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to explore the dazzling world of rubies. So, what exactly are rubies? Rubies are a type of corundum, a mineral that's found in a variety of colors, including blue, yellow, and green. However, it's the red variety of corundum that we call rubies. The color of rubies is largely determined by the presence of chromium in the crystal structure, which gives them their distinctive red hue. Some types of rubies also contain tiny inclusions of other minerals, called silk, which can give them a unique asterism or star effect. Rubies are one of the hardest gemstones, with a Mohs scale rating of 9. The only other mineral that's harder is diamond. This hardness makes rubies ideal for use in jewelry, as they're durable and resistant to scratches and other damage. Ruby is also one of the birthstones for the month of July, making it a popular choice for July birthday celebrations. Finally, ruby has been prized for centuries as a symbol of love, passion, and power, making it a timeless and romantic choice for engagement rings and other special occasions. Rubies have been prized for centuries for their beauty and rarity, and their discovery has been the subject of much myth and legend. One of the earliest known instances of rubies being used by humans dates back to ancient Burma, now known as Myanmar, where rubies were discovered in marble in the Mogok area for the first time around 600 AD. Rubies quickly became a status symbol among the Burmese elite, with rubies from the Mogok region being prized for their deep red color and high clarity. In fact, these rubies were so valuable that the Burmese kings believed that owning large rubies would bring them good luck and success in battle, and they often adorned their battle armor with rubies for protection. Outside of Burma, rubies were also discovered in other parts of the world, including Sri Lanka, Thailand, Afghanistan, and India. However, rubies from Burma remained the most sought after and valuable, with many of the world's most famous ruby gemstones originating from the Mogok region. The deep red color of rubies has long been associated with passion, love, and romance, making them a popular choice for engagement rings and other romantic jewelry. In fact, ruby is often called the king of gemstones due to its association with royalty and power throughout history. In addition to being a symbol of love and power, rubies have also held significance in different cultures around the world. For example, in ancient Hindu culture, rubies were believed to bring good health, wealth, and happiness, and they were often used in religious jewelry and artifacts. Similarly, in ancient Chinese culture, rubies were believed to have protective powers and were often worn by warriors in battle. Finally, rubies have also been highly valued by different religions throughout history, such as Christianity and Islam. In Christianity, rubies were often associated with the blood of Christ and were used to represent the power of the Holy Spirit. In Islam, rubies were believed to bring good fortune and were often used in jewelry and other religious artifacts like prayer beads. When it comes to ruby mines, one location stands out above all the others: the Mogok region of Burma. Located in the Mandalay region of the country, the Mogok mines have been producing some of the world's finest rubies for centuries. These mines were utilized by the British Empire during their time in Burma and are home to some of the most famous and valuable ruby gemstones in the world. The mining process in the Mogok area is highly labor-intensive and involves a combination of traditional techniques and modern equipment. The area is also known for its harsh living conditions and challenging work environment, with miners often working long hours in difficult and dangerous conditions. Despite these challenges, The Mogok mines continue to produce some of the world's top-quality rubies, with many famous gemstones originating from the region. One of the most famous is the Mogok ruby, a 15-carat ruby believed to be one of the finest in the world. The region's deep red rubies remain highly prized by collectors and gem enthusiasts alike. While the Mogok region of Burma remains the most famous and valuable ruby mining location in the world, there are other ruby mines in different parts of the world as well. One of the other famous ruby mining locations is in Thailand, particularly in the Chanthaburi province, which is home to one of the largest ruby mines in the world. Another significant rubies mining area is in Africa, particularly in Mozambique and Madagascar. Rubies from these regions are known for their unique color and transparency, and they've become increasingly popular in recent years. The Montepuez ruby mine in Mozambique is particularly noteworthy, as it's one of the most significant sources of rubies in the world, with ruby deposits dating back over 500 million years. Other ruby sources can also be found in places like Sri Lanka, Vietnam, and Cambodia, although these mines typically produce smaller quantities of rubies than those in Burma and Africa. While rubies are valuable and beautiful gemstones, their mining and production can bring significant ethical concerns. One of the most significant concerns is the use of child labor, particularly in countries like Burma and Madagascar where ruby mining is a significant industry. Children as young as 5 or 6 years old often work in difficult and dangerous conditions in the mines, and their families may be forced to take on these jobs due to extreme poverty and lack of other opportunities. Another concern is the environmental impact of ruby mining, particularly in areas where mining practices are poorly regulated. The use of heavy machinery and chemicals in the mining process can have significant negative effects on the surrounding environment, including deforestation, soil erosion, and water pollution. Fortunately, there are steps being taken to address these concerns. Organizations like the Responsible Jewelry Council and the Kimberley Process Certification Scheme have established guidelines and standards for responsible mining practices that aim to prevent unethical practices like child labor and environmental damage. Consumers can also make a difference by supporting jewelry companies that prioritize ethical sourcing and by purchasing lab-grown rubies instead of mined rubies, as these are often produced without the same environmental and ethical concerns. The color and clarity of a ruby are two of the most important factors that determine their value and quality as gemstones. Rubies are prized for their bold, deep red color, which is caused by the presence of chromium in the crystal structure. The color of rubies can range from a light pink red to a deep, almost burgundy color. The most valuable rubies have a pure red hue with no secondary undertones of orange or purple. In addition to their color, the clarity of rubies is an essential characteristic. Like many gemstones, rubies often contain tiny inclusions or imperfections within the crystal structure. However, the most valuable rubies have high clarity, without visible inclusions that could impact the stone's overall appearance. Rubies with a significant number of inclusions will typically have a lower value. Overall, when looking for a high-quality ruby, look for a deep red color with no secondary hues and high clarity with minimal inclusions. These factors contribute to a ruby's overall beauty and value as a precious gemstone. The cut and carat of a ruby are two essential factors that influence its appearance and value as a gemstone. The cut of a ruby refers to its shape, proportions, and overall quality of the cut, which affects how the gemstone reflects light and how it looks when set into jewelry. The most common cut for rubies is the round cut, but there are also other popular cuts like oval, cushion, and pear-shaped. The carat of a ruby refers to its weight and size, with 1 carat equaling 0.2 grams. Larger rubies are generally more valuable, but the color, clarity, and cut quality of the stone also affect its value. While larger rubies are more rare, a smaller ruby can still be very valuable if it exhibits high-quality color, clarity, and cut. Overall, when purchasing a ruby, look for a high-quality cut that maximizes the gemstone's natural beauty and a size that works well with the desired jewelry piece. Remember that a smaller, high-quality ruby can be just as valuable as a larger but lower-quality one. Rubies are known for their hardness and durability, which are important factors to consider when using them in jewelry. Rubies have a hardness rating of 9 on the Mohs scale, making them one of the hardest gems after diamonds. This means that they are resistant to scratches and are generally durable enough to withstand everyday wear and tear. However, despite their hardness, rubies can still be susceptible to damage if they are not cared for properly. For example, they can still be chipped or cracked if subjected to hard blows or extreme temperatures. Additionally, certain cleaning methods can also damage rubies, so it's important to clean them using gentle methods and to avoid exposing them to harsh chemicals or solvents. Overall, rubies are relatively hard and durable gemstones that are well suited for use in jewelry. However, proper care and maintenance are still essential to ensure that they remain in good condition over time. The sunrise ruby is one of the most valuable and rare rubies in the world. Weighing over 25 carats, this stunning ruby is a deep red color with a highly saturated hue and minimal inclusions. It was discovered in the Mogok region of Burma, which is famous for producing high-quality rubies, and it's said to be one of the largest and finest rubies to ever be discovered. The sunrise ruby has a fascinating history, having belonged to several wealthy collectors over the years. In 2015, the ruby set a new world record when it sold at auction for over $30 million, making it the most expensive ruby ever sold. The sunrise ruby is a perfect example of how highly valued rubies can be. Its exceptional color, size, and rarity make it a true treasure in the world of precious gems. The Delong star ruby is a large and famous star ruby that was discovered in Burma in the early 20th century. Weighing over 100 carats, this impressive ruby has a unique six-pointed star pattern that appears to move across the surface of the gemstone when it's viewed under a single light source. The Delong star ruby has an interesting and somewhat mysterious history. It was originally owned by an American banker named Edith Hagen DeLong, who donated the ruby to the American Museum of Natural History in New York in 1937. However, the ruby was later stolen from the museum and went missing for over 60 years, only to be recovered in 2005. Today, the Delong star ruby is one of the most famous and valuable star rubies in the world, prized for its impressive size and unique star pattern. It's a true treasure that represents the beauty and rarity of this precious gemstone. The Rasa Reeves star ruby is a large and famous star ruby that was discovered in Sri Lanka in the 1950s. Weighing over 138 carats, this exceptional ruby has a deep purplish-red color and an impressive six-pointed star pattern that is clearly visible when viewed under a single light source. The Rasa Reeves star ruby was named after its former owner, Rasa Reeves, who was a well-known advertising executive in the United States. Reeves donated the ruby to the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C. in 1965, where it remains on display today. The Rasa Reeves star ruby is one of the largest and finest star rubies in the world, prized for its impressive size, unique color, and exceptional star pattern. It's a true gemstone masterpiece that represents the beauty and rarity of this precious material. Cleaning your ruby is an essential aspect of caring for and maintaining it. However, it's important to clean your ruby using safe and gentle methods to avoid causing damage to the gemstone. To clean your ruby, start by soaking it in a bowl of warm water and mild dish soap for a few minutes. Use a soft bristled toothbrush or cloth to gently scrub the ruby, paying special attention to any hard-to-reach areas where dirt or grime may have accumulated. Rinse the ruby thoroughly with clean water and pat it dry with a soft cloth or towel. It's important to avoid subjecting your ruby to harsh chemicals or solvents when cleaning it, as these can potentially damage the gemstone. Additionally, you should avoid exposing your ruby to extreme temperatures or sudden changes in temperature, as this can cause thermal shock and lead to damage or cracking. Overall, by cleaning your ruby regularly and using gentle methods, you can help to ensure that the gemstone remains in good condition and maintains its natural beauty over time. Storing your ruby properly is essential for keeping it safe and avoiding damage or loss. To store your ruby, start by placing it in a soft cloth or pouch to protect it from scratches or other damage. You can also wrap the ruby in tissue paper or place it in a small jewelry box or container. When choosing a storage location for your ruby, it's important to consider temperature, humidity, and exposure to light. Store your ruby in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight or extreme temperatures. Avoid storing your ruby in a high humidity area or a location where it may be exposed to moisture, such as a bathroom or kitchen. Finally, it's a good idea to periodically check your ruby for any signs of damage or wear, especially if you haven't worn it in a while. Doing so can help you catch potential issues early on and prevent more serious damage or loss. By storing your ruby properly and checking it regularly, you can help to ensure that it remains in good condition and maintains its natural beauty over time. Protecting your ruby is an important aspect of caring for and maintaining it over time. To protect your ruby, avoid wearing it during activities where it may be subjected to hard blows, such as sports or manual labor. Additionally, you should avoid wearing your ruby when doing household chores that may expose it to harsh chemicals or solvents. When putting on or taking off your ruby, be sure to handle it carefully to avoid accidentally dropping or scratching the gemstone. You may also want to consider having your ruby professionally inspected and polished periodically to keep it in top condition. Finally, it's important to have your ruby appraised periodically to ensure that it remains properly insured and that its value is up to date. This can give you peace of mind knowing that your ruby is fully protected in the event of loss, theft, or damage. By taking these steps to protect your ruby, you can help to ensure that it remains in good condition and retains its natural beauty over time. And there you have it, a deep dive into the fascinating world of rubies. From their origins and history to their unique characteristics and famous gemstones, we've covered a lot of ground in this video. We hope that you've learned something new and interesting about rubies and that you're as excited about this gemstone as we are. Whether you're looking to buy a ruby gemstone for yourself or you're simply interested in learning more about gemstones, we encourage you to continue exploring the world of rubies and all of the other amazing gems out there. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Brainwaves for more fascinating insights into the world of gemstones. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next video.